You don't do it one way, we do it another.
President Cox, on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the 25-member Council of Presidents representing every institution in our state system of higher education and the 190,000 students that comprise our state system, we have a Distinguished Service Award that recognizes exceptional achievement and frankly exceptional acts on behalf of higher education. Because of your support, because of you always being there, standing tall and frankly going against the grain if you have to, because you believe in the students of our state and you believe in our system of higher education. It's our honor and pleasure today to present to you our 2011 Distinguished Service Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chancellor and President Hale, and thank each and every one of you for being here today. I see so many of my good friends and supporters and some folks who talked me into running for the House of Representatives to start with. And I also want to recognize Peggy McGehee from Congressman Bourne's office. She works very hard for Congressman Bourne. Let's give her a hand. And thank you for talking about my work ethic and common sense. And of course, if you read my emails, you can always get a second opinion about that. You know, if you do this job long enough, you do upset some people. But if there's someone here who deserves any credit for my common sense and work ethic, I want to recognize my dad, Bob Cox, who taught me that. He taught me that not only by telling me what to do, but by leading by example. He's the hardest working guy I know, Bob Cox and his wife Sue. And I also want to recognize my wife Drenda, who tolerates me serving and being gone to Oklahoma City 4 months a year. We've been married long enough, she enjoys the time alone. You know, I was very surprised to receive this award because unlike some of my colleagues, I try to stay out of the newspaper instead of get in the newspaper. And I prefer to kind of work behind the scenes and work with leadership, work with my colleagues, work in the committees, and kind of do it behind the scene. But it is very nice that someone noticed, and I thank you very much for the award. You know, I think I won by default because, as you heard, I spent 4 years at OSU, an undergraduate, 4 years at OU Medical School, 3 years at University of Oklahoma Tulsa Medical College. And I think when they looked around the legislature, you know, I won by default for just spending that much time in higher ed. Not only that, when I was a resident, I enrolled at what was then Tulsa Junior College, now Tulsa Community College, and took a semester photography exam. And then after I came up here and started seeing more and more Hispanic patients, I enrolled in and took a semester of Spanish at NEO. So, muchas gracias, President Hale. I am passionate about education, and when we go into session next week, you'll hear a lot of people talk about what can we do to make Oklahoma great. And you'll hear things like, well, we need more tort reform to make Oklahoma great. You'll hear things like, we need more workers' compensation reform to make Oklahoma great. You'll hear people say, we need to get rid of the income tax to make Oklahoma great. But I think that the greatest thing we can do to make Oklahoma even greater than it is to continue to get more people. We've got to improve our high school graduation rate, and we've got to get more people into the higher ed system. We know that for every person that graduates or even, you know, is exposed to higher ed, the longer they're in it, the greater their personal income is going to be. So every dollar we invest in higher ed, we reap dividends from, not only from higher personal income, but the more college graduates we have, you know, the less people we have in prison, the less people who pick up unhealthy habits like tobacco, which is the #1 cause of preventable illness that eats up our tax dollars. The more people we have that graduate college, the fewer children that we'll have in foster care that eats a lot of our state dollars. And so I can think of no greater investment that gets a better return than education, and particularly higher education. if I have any concerns, it's that higher education is getting so expensive. We have to do everything we can to make higher education affordable for everyone. You know, access to education for all citizens is what makes this country great. It's really what separates this country from the rest of the world. And in my dream and my vision of a perfect world, I would love to see the time when every person in Oklahoma, after high school graduation, we just extend public education where every child in this state is entitled to 2 years of higher education or 2 years of career tech programs for free. Wouldn't that be wonderful? From the bottom of my heart, thank you, and please stay around and enjoy the desserts that the hospital has so graciously provided. Thank you.